Fox Sports.
We are Black Force. We are LA.
Absolutely gorgeous afternoon for baseball here at the Big A. It is the last game before the All-Star break, the finale of the four-game set. The Angels looking for a series win this afternoon against the visiting Baltimore Orioles. Hi, everybody from inside the Big A. We welcome you back to Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West. Victor Rojas along with my partner Mark Guggenson. Last night, we were treated to an absolutely spectacular pitching performance by Jared Weaver. We're not going to talk about Jared Weaver. We're going to talk about the defense behind him. He had some terrific plays, man.
Yeah, Victor, we've seen offense, we've seen pitching in the series, but the defense is the reason why they've won 2 of the first 3 games against Baltimore. It's been outstanding. Defense in the outfield. Trumbo going back, get a good throw during the series. Albert Pujols going back on a pop-up. All these guys have made some outstanding plays. Eric Ibar has made not 3, but 4, maybe 5 outstanding plays. But the creme de la creme right here, Torrey Hunter, getting that ball off the wall on a perfect throw in against Jim Thome to get him at second base. It's all about preventing those extra bases, preventing extra base runners, so this Baltimore club can swing the bat and they can hit the ball out of the ballpark. So make those routine plays and the extraordinary plays, and you can win this series.
Yeah, the Halos last night picked up the 3-0 shutout victory. It was Jared Weaver and Scott Downs battling for that victory, and Jared now 10-1 with a 1.96 ERA going into the All-Star break. This afternoon, we've got a battle of left-handers. Brad Mills will make his Angels debut, and Wei Yin Chen, the Taiwanese left-hander, will be going for the Baltimore Orioles. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A, so sit back and relax. Lineups and first pitch when we return. 76 gas, we're on the driver's side. Well, we've had some incredible blimp shots here over the last 3 games of this gorgeous ballpark. The Angels getting ready to take the field. The 4th and final game between these two teams for the season. The Angels took 2 of 3 here. The first time the Orioles were in town, they swept the 2-game series at Camden Yards with an opportunity to pick up a series win here this afternoon. The Angels, as we take a look at our Kia standings in the American League West, with Texas winning in extra innings last night, and the Angels picking up the victory as well. They remain 4 back of the Rangers, who will be taking on the Minnesota Twins a little bit later on. Let's take a look at Buck Showalter's lineup for tonight, or this afternoon, I should say. Orioles second place in the East, 6 games back of the Yankees with a 45-39 record. They'll have Robert Andino leading things off at second. J.J. Hardy's the shortstop. Matt Wieters is the switch hitter, and he'll serve as a DH today. Adam Jones, cleanup hitter in center field. Mark Reynolds at first base. Chris Davis in right. Steve Pearce in left field. Steve Tollison sees action for the first time in this series. He's over third base. And Ronnie Paulino will bat ninth and do the catching as they take on left-hander Brad Mills, a product of the University of Arizona, whom the Angels acquired in the offseason for the Toronto Blue Jays in exchange for Jeff Mathis.
2-0 in his career versus Baltimore with an ERA 2.19, fastball 83-88 with good sink action. There was a cut fastball, a curveball, and a changeup.
Mike Scioscia before the game had this to say about Brad Mills getting the start here this afternoon.
You know, Brad's a finesse lefty, and he has a good fastball. He spots it well, changes speeds very well. Good curveball, cutter, and changeup. And when he hits the spots, he's shown that he can be successful in the big leagues, and we're hoping for that this afternoon.
Anytime you can spot the fastball like Brad Mills can, we saw him a lot in spring training. He did it all very well. Jerry DiPoto even told us on the pregame show how happy he was the way he threw the baseball consistently in Arizona. And you bring that away from that environment where the ball doesn't sink as much, it should be very successful here at the Big A.
There's his overall information. Arizona native, born in Mesa, lives in Tucson. And his big league career, 14 games, 9 starts. And as Gibby pointed out, he's had limited success against the Orioles. 2 career starts against them, an ERA of 2.19. Originally a 4th-round pick by the Toronto Blue Jays in 2007 out of the place they call the Harvard of the West, University of Arizona. The first one is outside. It's 1 ball, no strikes to Robert Andino, hitting .231 this year, 4 home runs, 19 runs batted in. Andino 1 for 3 yesterday with a base hit. Mills falls behind quickly here. 2 balls and no strikes.
The big thing for Brad is to be able to take that deep breath. You want to go out and show Mike Scioscia and the Angels and the fans here today that he's got very good stuff, but you got to make sure you stay within your stuff, especially the specialist as far as sinking the ball.
2-1. Mills at AAA Salt Lake, 11 games, 9 starts, a 3-4 record, a 4.76 ERA. Spent a little time on the disabled list with some shoulder inflammation. 2-1 foul back. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two on the way. Off speed, and that is looped down the left field line, and that is a fair ball. Andino will round first and head to second. A little topspin lob of a double for Andino, his 9th of the year. Defensively for the Angels this afternoon, Mike John at left, Peter Borges in center, Torrey Hunter in right. The infield consists of Meister Asturis, Eric Ibar, Howie Kendrick, and Mark Trumbo from third to first, with John Hester doing the catching.
We just talked about Mark Trumbo, what he was been doing lately in the outfield and left field. Very good. Now get an opportunity to play first base, and that's the amazing thing about the numbers that Trumbo has put up this year, the number of different positions. It's his 5th start here at second base, 0 errors this year in that position.
J.J. Hardy looks at a strike.
You know what, that double that Andino had against Mills, that was a real good changeup just off the end of the bat, and it barely stayed fair, but the pitch itself was a quality pitch from Brad Mills.
Slow breaking pitch, drops in there. Hardy hitting .226. 12 home runs, 33 runs batted in after going 0 for 4 last night. In tight, 1-2.
The slow curveball, that's a cut fastball trying to stay inside.
Robert Andino with a looping double down the left field line. Pretty good 2-strike pitch to start this ball game off. Hardy with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Swing and a foul tip. Just got a piece of it.
That was a good changeup too at 76. Not overpowering with the fastball. The best fastball we've seen is 84. This one a 70-mile-an-hour curveball, a 76-mile-an-hour changeup. So the differential in speed still very effective.
This one shot down the right field line. It's slicing foul. Ball ricochets onto the warning track in the right field corner. Satori will have to go pick it up.
When you're sitting at home, you're wondering how can you be late on an 86-mile-an-hour fastball. The reason why is because he's changing speeds with his curveball and changeup. You want to keep that fastball when you're going 86. You want to try to keep it down. That was a little bit too elevated, though.
So a curveball, and that just missed inside. Pretty good pitch right there. That may have just fooled Lance Barksdale.
Boy, this is a perfect spot. Just off the corner.
Swing and a miss. Got him on the changeup. Down goes Hardy. 1 out.
Good pitch there, changeup. Look at the big slow curveball, changeup away. Turn that over very good. A real good circle changeup running away from a right-handed batter.
So here's Wieters with 1 out, a man standing at second base. Wieters hitting .247 this year with 12 home runs and 44 runs batted in. He looks at a strike. Wieters last night 0 for 3. Hitting .394 this year from the right side of the plate, .197 from the left. Swinging a miss on the off speed.
He's selling his changeup extremely well. Hitter reads the same arm angle as his fastball. And then the changeup's anywhere between 10 and 12 mile an hour difference as far as the speed.
Glance back to Andino in the 0-2. That's down to the dirt. Nice job by Hester. 1-ball, 2-strike count. Orioles out on the road this year, 23-19 record. 22-20 at home. Game and a half back of the Angels now in the wild card race. Pick off the tapped, and Dino got a good read on it. A couple of games already starting. Cleveland leading Tampa Bay, Detroit leading Kansas City. Swing and a miss. Down goes Wieters on an 86-mile-per-hour fastball. Back-to-back punch-outs for Mills as we take a look at our Hyundai key to the game.
I'll go to Katy Perry for you today, Victor. I know you're a big fan, and so are my
Absolutely.
girls.
Absolutely.
Wide awake. Big thing is you got to keep that focus. You know, it's the last day before the All-Star break. A lot of times it's one of those games where you just kind of go through the motion, but you got to keep the focus all the way through and play a solid defensive game and offensive game. And, of course, see Brad Mills throw what he's been doing right now, changing speed and spotting that fastball.
I like the subtlety, too, that I know you're a big fan of Katy Perry, along with my girls.
Yes.
Trust me, I listen to every word you say. Paybacks, buddy. Adam Jones takes upstairs. 1-ball, no strikes. Jones hitting .293 with 20 home runs, 44 runs batted in. An all-star for the Orioles. As is Wieters and Jim Johnson, the closer. Jones last night 0 for 3. Dino still standing at second base. Here's the 1-0. So the curveball is in there, 1-1. as you were mentioning on the strikeout of Wieters, just 86 miles per hour on the fastball, but because Wieters saw a couple of changeups, we talked about it quite a bit, especially with guys that have struggled with velocity. As Jones looks at a fastball for a strike, it's all about differential. And you're hoping 8 to 10 miles per hour between your fastball and that straight change.
And that's enough. And that's why Dan Herron was running into some troubles there. Everything was around 82 to 88, not enough of a differential, partly because he couldn't get the extension out because of his back, finishing off some pitches. But Jerry Weaver, we were just talking with Jerry DiPoto today, how guys that are late on 85 or 88 mile an hour fastballs from Weave, reason why he's got great deception, he spots the fastball well, but because he has that good slow curveball and a great changeup, that differential, somewhere is between 18 and 20 miles an hour.
Here's the 1-2. Jones fouls it off late on an 86 mile per hour fastball. Exactly what we were just talking about. Slowing the bat down with the off speed stuff.
So important. And then hitters go back and they're the old comfortable out. They feel I'm right on it. But then they're late on an 86 mile an hour fastball because they're trying to slow their bat down. They're trying to catch up to a changeup or a curveball because they don't want to look bad on those off speed pitches. Then the fastball's by you.
2 outs and a man at second. Here's the 1-2 to Jones. That's in the dirt.
He's at a differential of about 16 miles an hour from his best fastball at 86 to his slowest curveball at 70 miles an hour. So that's enough to be able to get hitters timing off.
So breaking pitch, hit in the air to shallow center. Howie Kendrick going out. Peter Borges calls them off, and a leadoff double stranded at second base. Into the bottom of the first. Trout, Hunter, and Pujols coming up for the Angels with no score. Strikeouts and a fly ball to shallow center field. Here at the bottom of the first with no score, Mike Scioscia will run out this lineup this afternoon. Mike Trout leading things off in left field. Torrey Hunter in right. Albert Pujols will serve as a DH for the second straight game. Mark Trumbo, the cleanup hitter at first. Howie Kendrick at second. Eric Ibar, the shortstop. Peter Borges getting the start at center, as is Meister Sturis at third base. And John Hester batting ninth, doing the catching as they take on the 26-year-old left-handed native of Keelung City, Taiwan. His name is Wei Yin Chen.
Chen threw the ball very well against the Angels. First time around, fastball 87 to 92. Does a good job as far as spotting his fastball. Slider, a plus curveball, and a plus changeup. Very good. Sells that well. His circle changeup himself.
We'll take a look at the Orioles defense momentarily as Mike Trout will step up. You mentioned that start that Chen had against the Angels. That was on April 22nd here at the Big A. Went 6 1/3. He got a no decision, but he gave up 1 run on 5 hits. He struck out 5 and walked 3. That was also a Sunday afternoon game in which the Orioles at that point avoided the series sweep. First one to Trout is a fastball away, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Trout hitting .343, 11 home runs, 39 runs batted in. And a 0-for-3 game last night, including a walk. This one's popped up. Shallow right. Andino having to deal with the sunshine with those glasses gleaming, makes the catch. And there's out number 1. Let's take a look at the Orioles defensively this afternoon. Here's Jones and Davis in the outfield from left to right. The infield consists of Donaldson, Hardy, Andino, and Reynolds. From third to first, and Paulino gets his first start behind the plate in the series.
Adam Jones out in center field, especially the day game. The ball carries very well, has one of the strongest arms from that center field position, but has struggled defensively with 7 errors this year, which is the most by any outfielder in the majors this season. Most of those have been on throws that have been high throws when batters and base runners have been trying to take that extra base against them.
Torrey Hunter fouls off the first pitch. And it is no balls and a strike. Torrey last night made that terrific throw to get it. Jim Thome at second base. Had a 1-for-4 game offensively with an RBI double. .269 average as this one's fouled back to the right again. And it's 0-2. 10 home runs and 35 RBIs for Torrey. Had double hit yesterday, just the 6th of the year.
314 in this number 2 spot in the lineup for Mike Scioscia.
One ball, 2 strikes. Last start for Wei-Yin Chen was against the Mariners at Safeco Field. Had a perfect game into the 7th. Casper Wells ruined that with a solo home run. Torrey breaks his bat and bounces one over to short. Hardy's got it. 1 out. And in that start, he ended up going 7 1/3. 2 hits, 2 runs, 9 strikeouts, no walks in Seattle.
Real nice job as far as avoiding the middle part of the plate. He'll throw fastballs inside. Then he tried to sink fastballs, change up. Even a lot of his breaking pitches are on the outside part of the plate.
There's Albert with 2 outs and nobody on. The overshift. This one's fouled back. Albert hitting .268, 13 home runs, 49 runs batted in after going 0-for-3 last night. Picked up a walk. He fouls this one off to the right. And it is 0-2.
You see a lot of foul balls throughout this entire game. Both these lefties change speeds well, get hitters out in front. You have a tendency as a hitter, if you're out in front, to foul the ball off a lot.
This one down the line, terrific play by Tollefson. He fires the first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. 1 complete here at the Big A. We are scoreless. Back to that ground ball that Albert Pujols hit. Steve Tollefson making a terrific diving catch going to his right.
And the reason why you make that play because that prep step he had to in position to be able to laterally move and dive and make that play, and then a strong throw to get pulled. So if you're sitting on the back of your heels, you're not going to be able to react that quick. So if you're a youngster watching the game as an infielder, that's what you want, that prep step to be able to be prepared to make that tough play on a hard hit ball.
Mark Reynolds leading things off for the Orioles here in the second. He'll be followed by Chris Davis and then Steve Pearce. Brad Mills making his Angels debut this afternoon. Reynolds bounces this one foul. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Reynolds, the first baseman, hitting .212 with 7 home runs and 23 runs batted in. Had the night off last night. An 0 for 2 in Friday's game. Had 1 for 3 in Thursday's game, which included a home run as this one's hit to left. Playable for Trout, battling the sunshine. There's not a cloud in the sky this afternoon. There's the first out. Mike Trout, Mark Trumbo, Jared Weaver, C.J. Wilson, all on their way to Kansas City after the game. All-Star break technically begins tonight with the Futures game. You got the Home Run Derby tomorrow. All-Star game on Tuesday, the Travel Day Wednesday, and the Angels actually take off on Thursday to begin that 7-game road trip that kicks off Friday night at Yankee Stadium as Chris Davis takes high, and it's 1-0.
I'm looking forward to seeing how those guys perform in that All-Star game. Hopefully the American League wins it this time around.
Still counts this time.
No question.
Davis fouls it back, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Chris Davis, the right fielder, hitting .270 with 14 home runs and 40 runs batted in. Orioles last night managing a total of 3 hits, all 3 coming against Weaver. Downs had himself a 1-2-3 ninth. Davis batting the 3 spot last night, went 0 for 4. As Mills is ahead at the count at 1-2. Weaver 8 innings, 3 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Davis loops this one out to right. Torrey thought about it. He'll play it on the hop though. So it's a 1-out single for Davis, who's out in front of that one. That brings up Steve Pearce.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of fly balls and a lot of balls that are hit off the end of the bat and fall into that outfield grass because they're taking the good part of the swing away from a hitter when you're out in front like that, off balance. But if you can keep your hands back long enough, you can still make contact like Davis was able to do there. Same thing with Andino in the first inning.
Pearce looks at a strike. Pearce pinch hit last night. Ended up hitting a fly ball to right. He went 1 for 3 Friday night with a 3-run home run. His 3rd home run in the big leagues this year. That was off C.J. Wilson. Foul back. Looks like he lost the handle of the bat. The bottom hand came off the bat as he was taking the lumber through the zone. 0-2.
I mean, as a hitter, you see an 85, 86 mile an hour fastball, especially when it's elevated. Sometimes you become too aggressive on your swing. That's what happened with Pearce. Now, Brad Mills should utilize that. When you see a hitter's aggressive, that's when you change speeds and throw something out of the strike zone. You can even bounce a pitch now.
Off speed in the dirt, gets away from Hester, but Davis was already going back to first base. One and 2 count. Davis over at first. 2 hits allowed by Mills. A couple of strikeouts. Pearce loops this one out towards shallow right. And there's that carry that we were talking about. As you watch Torrey having to come in first and then all of a sudden drift back around to his right. That ball off the end of the bat, but a warm afternoon here. That ball is going to carry a little bit more.
Yeah, completely different read than at last night's game. And Torrey was active in right field last night. A lot of fly balls. Different read off the bat because the ball's going to have that extra carry here during the day.
Breaking ball is in for a strike.
He's got a good feel for that curveball. Big break to it, more of an 11-5 break on this compared to a lot of times you hear a curveball 12-6 straight up and down break to the curveball.
Off speed pitch is down low. And we'll see how things play out for Brad Mills here this afternoon, making his debut wearing the Angels red. But right now you could see kind of where he can be successful with that big curveball. That's a fastball for a strike. And I say that, take this with a grain of salt, I'm not comparing him to Barry Zito, but when Barry was going good, lived upstairs with a high fastball, which maybe high 80s, and in that big curveball, the same plane.
That's the important thing, the
Exactly.
same plane.
The 1-2. Fastball high, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And that's where you always hear that terminology, a sinker slider guy. Most sinker ball pitchers would be down in the strike zone, and the slider's in that same plane too. To be effective, you start that break at the knees and bring it down. But if you're Brad Mills with that big curveball, you live upstairs with some fastballs. Try to sink a fastball on occasion. You want to live up there and then break that curveball off.
This one down the right field line. Torrey comes charging in. It's going to hang up for him. The inning comes to an end. A 1-out single, stand at first. We get to the bottom of the second with no score. Hangar 1, vodka made in California in an actual aircraft hangar. Boy, we've had some great shots. I know a lot of folks have sent us their messages via Twitter. I'm sorry, let me rephrase. I know a lot of folks have sent me messages on Twitter about the great shots that we've had courtesy of the Hangar 1 blimp.
How were those messages?
Oh,
good?
they were great. They're still crushing you for not getting on Twitter, but that's, it's neither here nor there. You are just on the edge.
Yeah, extremely close now.
Angels general manager Jerry Dipoto even mentioned Twitter today.
Yes, he did.
I mean, come on. Get with the time, Gooby.
I got you a little Katy Perry today, didn't I?
That's what I was getting ready to say. You're taking baby steps. You're bringing in today's generation with Katy Perry. Have you seen the movie yet, by the way?
No.
You're going to, aren't you? In New York. Mark Trumbo leading things off here in the second with no score. He looks at a fastball up and away. And why wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah, I'll pass on the Spider-Man movie to do that one.
You went and caught the Justin Bieber flick. Might as well make it one of those things that you just do once in a while, every blue moon. 2 balls and no strikes on Trumbo.
Some random thoughts and random time for me.
Trumbo hitting .306, 21 home runs, 56 runs batted in. Had a 1-for-4 game yesterday with a single and a run scored. Foul back. Two balls and a strike.
Well, Trumbo just missed hitting that one out in front. Boy, that baseball had a chance to go a long way.
Pulled foul. Count even at 2-2. This one out to left. Pierce comes in a couple of steps. One out.
That was that plus changeup from Chen to get Trumbo out in front. You still have time to be able to keep your hands back long enough to make contact, but once the lower part of your body, which most power hitters generate their swing with, is out in front. It hits a fly ball to left field because of that change in speeds.
Howie Kendrick will step up. Angels looking for their first base runner. The first one's outside. Kendrick hitting .280, 5 home runs, 32 runs batted in, 12 doubles, 2 triples, 1 for 3 last night with an RBI. He put the Angels up 1-0 in the 4th inning. He swings through that high fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wei-Yin Chen signing a 3-year deal in the offseason, including a club option for $11.3 million with the Orioles. It's 4 seasons in the Japanese Central League, as that one's on the corner. Mentioned he's a native of Taiwan. He pitched for the Chunichi Dragons. Orioles went out and signed him. But they've got a pretty good left-hander in Chen.
And it's a great find.
Swing and a miss. Down goes Kendrick. 2 outs. Fans on Saturday, Kenny Chesney and Tim McGraw. Tour called Brothers of the Sun makes a stop here at the Big A. A limited number of suites are still available. For more information and to reserve your suite, call 888-796-HALO today. Norm's not hooing today. It's a day game. Day game after night game, and he's a veteran, so he's taking the day off. Norm Peters.
He's conserving energy.
A world-famous statistician. Eric Ibar launches one out to deep left center field. Jones is back. Gone! Big fly for Eric Ibar, his 2nd of the year. The Angels have a 1-0 lead.
Boy, Eric Ibar absolutely crushed that baseball. He's been swinging the bat so well. Hitting well over 300 since June 1st. Since Interleague started, that swing came back. And Eric Ibar crushes that one. His first from the right side. He's got 1 home run from the left side. 2nd home run of the year. 23rd RBI. Into the rock pile.
So with 2 outs, the base is clear. Peter Borges will step up now. And the first one is inside. Peter getting to start, hitting .234, 3 home runs, 18 runs batted in.
Well, Ibar didn't conserve any energy on that swing. Ball was crushed.
Peter pops this one up. Reynolds, the first baseman, backs out. Andino calls him off. And the inning comes to an end. Hey, Orioles, that's 3 outs, and you guys can go in the dugout.
I don't think maybe it's 4 outs in an inning.
You sure? Fly ball to left by Trumbo, a strikeout by Howie Kendrick, and Peter Borges a pop-up. That would be 3 outs, gentlemen. And away we go. We're going to commercial. We're through 2. The Angels up by the score of 1-0. Up by the score of 1-0, courtesy of his solo home run with 2 outs in the second inning. Peter Borges then made the 3rd out. We go back to our Hyundai key to the game.
They weren't listening, Baltimore. Wide awake like Katy Perry. They didn't realize how many outs there are in an inning. The entire defense stayed out there on the field, which is surprising. I'm sure that made Buck Showalter real happy about that.
Well, this is the earliest we've gone back to the Hyundai key to the game. Must have something to do with Katy Perry and perhaps the plans you're making in New York. Maybe perhaps Saturday night when we have a day game to go see that movie. But we'll leave that there. We'll let that kind of fester around. Hopefully later on in the game we can revisit the Hyundai key to the game.
That's why not?
Yet again. Ronnie Paulino, the catcher, with an 0-2 count. He is the 9th place hitter. He'll be followed by Andino, and then Hardy's. This one's grounded to short. Ibar has it. 1 out.
A real good sequence of pitches for Brad Mills there. Fastball, curveball, changeup. Paulino right out in front. Weak ground ball to set shortstop. Gets the first out of the inning, looking for that shutdown inning. After Eric Ibar gave the Angels the lead with that one swing.
Robert Andino hit a little topspin lob of a double down the left field line, keeping with the theme of Wimbledon, since Roger Federer won earlier this morning. But he was stranded at second base. This one's fouled off to the right. It's 1-1.
That was Serena Williams winning another Wimbledon and won doubles with her sister.
It is a warm afternoon here in Southern California. This one's fouled off to the right. And it's 1-2 Someone sent me a Twitter message during the commercial break. Says, greetings from the surface of the moon. And they're up in the 400 section.
Bob Uecker up there?
I guess. Upstairs. It's 2-2. A double for Andino in the first inning. His 9th of the year. But Mills then struck out Hardy and Wieters and got Jones at a fly ball to shallow center. 2 hits allowed by Mills. 2 strikeouts, no walks. There comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, down goes Andino. There's out number 2.
That's that high pitch. After his breaking ball has been at that same eye level as hitter, your eyes become so big because you think you're going to crush that, but when it's up there that high, it's very difficult to make contact.
Upstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. Hardy with a strikeout in the first, 0 for 1. Boy, just below the knees apparently. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Hardy lifts one in the air to left field. Mike Trout comes in a couple of steps. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. The shutdown inning by Brad Mills. Here at the bottom of the 3rd, 1-0 Angels.
First replay before the game. The Angel All-Stars taking a photo in their powder blue All-Star unis. Trout, C.J. Wilson, Jared Weaver, Mark Trumbo. Even have that good stare, that game face stare going as the American League's trying to win back home field advantage for the World Series in that All-Star game.
Seen a couple of those All-Star jerseys already at the ballpark. They were busted out yesterday in the team shops. You can get them online as well. There's a Mike Trout one behind home plate. A couple of rows back. Angels here in the bottom of the third with 8, 9, and 1. Asturis, Hester, and Trout. Meiser looks at a strike, hitting .227. 6 doubles, 9 runs batted in for Asturis. Punches that one foul. That's 0-2. Asturis a .256 average from the right side, .216 from the left. Foul back. Chen doesn't waste a whole lot of time. That one's away. It's 1-2. There's 1 strikeout, no walks. Gave up the 2-out home run to Ibar, his second of the year. Just cued that one off the end of the bat.
He doesn't waste any time. He doesn't leave that pitching rubber, especially after he follows through. Has good mechanics. Has good balance over the pitching rubber. Doesn't overthrow the baseball, which is important to be able to hit your spots.
This one's fouled back behind the plate into the seats. Swing and a miss, and Paulino will apply the tag. It's a strikeout. Second punch out for Chen. The first out here in the third. Hey, slide into the driver's seat of a brand new Chevy or win tickets to an upcoming Angels game for you and 3 friends for official rules and your chance to win. Visit angels.com/Chevy. Chevy.
Sweet seats.
You're going to do the games from down there? Oh, I'm sorry, let me rephrase. Singular. Game.
Yeah.
Down there?
Yeah, don't make it more than one. One's good.
One is more than enough.
As long as we bring a glove down with us.
John Hester looks at a strike. Boy, 29 pitches thrown by Chen so far, 22 strikes. Hester hitting .236, 3 home runs, and 4 runs batted in. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Doesn't waste a lot of energy. See, like a lot of times you see guys in the free throw line in the NBA when they keep that same position they're at to be able to make their free throw. Same thing here with Chen. Doesn't move around that pitching rubber at all.
This one lifted out toward right. Chris Davis got a good jump on it, tracks it down. 2 outs, and now Chris Davis thinks that's the 3rd out.
Are we bringing back our key to the game again?
Yeah, what is our Hyundai key to the game, Gooby?
It's wide awake.
And those are little things, having spent some time with Buck Showalter in Texas, those are those things that irritate not only him, but that irritate managers just in general. As Adam Jones now taking the lead and letting everyone know how many outs there are.
Like I said, a lot of times this game before the All-Star break, you hear the terminology, a trap game where guys are already thinking about where they're going, what time's their flight, if they're going back home, or if you're going to the All-Star game, get prepared to be able to fly out. Sometimes the focus is not there.
Mike Trout launches one out to deep left field. Forget about this one. Gone! Big fly for Mike Trout, his 12th of the year. 2-0 Angels.
Mike Trout absolutely crushed out when that Baseball looked like it was finding its way to Kansas City for the All-Star game. The TNT boys going yard here. Mike Trout, this ball is crushed. You talk about great balance and follow through on the swing to make good contact with that short, compact swing. No question out of here.
Torrey Hunter out towards center field. Adam Jones is coming on, dives for it, and can't hang on to it. Torrey does not stop running, heads to second, and he is in there with a double.
Seventh double of the year for Torrey Hunter. Adam Jones almost makes a great catch. Been diving in as he tries to be able to get the ball out of the glove. It has to be pulled out. He almost got that baseball as he bobbled it around, but you have to be able to get the ball out of the glove. It was initially in the glove. You think catch, but no, you have to show you have the catch and made. Otherwise, it's going to fall in, and that's a double for Torrey, now in scoring position for Pujols.
Adam Jones could be one heck of a hacky sack player. There's Albert Pujols. 2 outs and a man in scoring position. 2-0 Angels here in the third. And that is hit well toward left field. Giving chase is Pierce at the wall. Albert Pujols. Make it 4-0 Angels.
Boy, those little things the Angels has continued to capitalize. And Albert Pujols, his 14th home run and 51st RBI. Off-speed pitch, but got that baseball out in front of the plate, took away the break on it, and drives it out to left field for a home run, a 2-run home run, scoring himself and Torrey Hunter.
Here's Mark Trumbo, 0 for 1 with a fly ball to left. Takes downstairs. Most home runs that Chen has allowed in a game, 3 this afternoon. Ibar, Trout, and Pujols. Swinging a miss. Trumbo trying to make it 4. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Chen had just allowed 12 home runs the whole year and 3 tonight, or 3 today.
Up and away.
Well, I'm just looking at where Mike Trout's home run. That is a long way over both bullpens in left center field.
Just down and away. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Special player. That type of power and the speed and the energy he brings.
Full count. Down goes Trumbo. The inning comes to an end. The Angels, however, score 3 times on a couple of home runs. Mike Trout with his 12th of the year, a solo shot, and an Albert Pujols after the double by Torrey Hunter, a 2-run shot. Through 3, 4-0 Angels. Mike Trout, Albert Pujols with a couple of home runs in the bottom of the third. 4-0 Angels here in the fourth. Wieters, Jones, and Reynolds to face left-hander Brad Mills. The first one is high. Angels 41-24 since April 28th. Mike Trout joined the Angels in Cleveland. 2 balls and no strikes. Wieters a strikeout victim in the first. One of 3 punch-outs for Mills. He's coming off his first 1-2-3 inning. And it's 3-0.
Mills falling behind, but a good pitch right there to make it 3-1. That's his first 3-ball count so far in the game here. Here we are at the top of the 4th inning for Brad Mills. Remember we were talking to Pujols about his numbers. Don't worry about his numbers by the end, and struggling to hit home runs. Didn't hit any in April. You look up now, 14 home runs, 51 RBIs for Albert Pujols.
Count remains full on Wieters.
You know, great ones just don't panic. They know their swing. They know how they get themselves ready. And Pujols has certainly done that.
A good pitch in on the hands. Wieters fouls it back.
Brad Mills has good deception, good balance, hides the ball well. You don't see it until the very end, and over the top. That's what makes that curveball and changeup and fastball effective, because he's right over the top of the pitch. You can either see fastball or curveball.
This one out to left field. Trout's there, 1 out. Long at bat for Wieters. Results in the first down here, the 4th.
Good job of getting back, getting that out after falling behind 3-0.
60 pitches, 41 for strikes. 2 hits allowed, a double by Andino the first, a single by Chris Davis in the second.
Mike Sush would like to keep Brad Mills around that 90 to 95 pitch range.
Adam Jones looks at the changeup, down and away. 1-0 count on the center fielder. Hit a fly ball to shallow center in the first. He's 0 for 1. This one fouled back to the right. This one into the seats.
Well, we were talking in between innings, what you can see what Baltimore, their hitters are trying to do against Brad Mills now. They're looking off speed, whether it's his curveball or changeup. And at times the hitters are getting beat by fastballs. Taking fastballs, but looking something off speed.
Two balls and a strike. Do you start to take off a little bit more on the changeup and curveball then?
Yeah, there's no question, because then it makes your fastball a little bit quicker. Because 84 to 86, generally that's in good hitting speed, but when you're throwing that good slow changeup, good slow curveball, it could be very effective, like that one. Boy, a hitter, you read it, you're thinking off speed. You're trying to be able to gear up for something slow. Then you take a little bit more just to change him, you know, as far as getting out in front a little bit more so than the pitch before.
Two balls and two strikes. Reynolds is on deck. Fouled off to the right. Full count. Angels with a run in the second. The Eric Ibar home run. Second of the year. And then with 2 outs, Trout with a bomb to left field. Solo shot. Torrey Hunter with a blue double off of the glove of Adam Jones. And Pujols, the 2-run home run. Albert serving as a DH again today. 3-2 swing and a miss. Down goes Jones. 2 outs.
4th strikeout for Mills. Another really good changeup. Sold it. Hit, I think, fastball. Took a little bit more off the changeup. A circle changeup. This runs away from a right-handed batter and stays down in the strike zone.
Oh, 1 to Reynolds. Outside, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Reynolds hit a fly ball to left, leading off the second, so he's 0 for 1. Tapper foul.
Cut fastball in. And so often you're taught when you're in the minor leagues that if you throw a slow curveball, never back it up with a slow changeup because you're giving him the same speed. But because his curveball goes in on the righty and his changeup goes away against the righty, it becomes a very effective pitch. Because you're going the inside part of the plate and then you're going to the outside part of the plate, all on a similar speed.
And that one there looked like one that Reynolds, one was looking for an off-speed pitch and got a good read on it, laid off the changeup. It's 2-2. Hold foul. And those are the things you can live with. I mean, you're going to have to live with them if you're a guy like Mills, the foul balls. It's off the end of the bat, late on a fastball.
Yeah, we said there'd be a lot of them. That's why you see the pitch count at 72 right now. For Mills, he hasn't walked anybody. He's only had 1 3-ball count.
Fouled straight back. Esturras has it. Another 1-2-3 inning for Brad Mills. Here to the bottom of the 4th. The Angels leading it 4-0. Angels baseball is brought to you by the new wireless receiver from AT&T U-verse. Visit AT&T.com/freeyourtv. Rethink possible. By CarMax. Start the search for your next car at CarMax. CarMax, start here. And by Hawaiian Gardens Casino. Get your game on. Halos up 4-0 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Howie Kendrick to lead things off. He'll be followed by Eric Ibar and then Peter Borges. This is game number 86 for the Angels. Last one before the All-Star break. As Howie fouls off the first one into the Orioles dugout. It's 0-1. Kendrick a strikeout victim of the second. 1 of 3 for Wei Yin Chen. No walks and 4 hits allowed, 3 of which have been home runs. Oh, 2 count.
Lots of souvenirs here for the fans today here at the Big A. A lot of foul balls.
Howie goes chasing the high fastball. Goes down swinging for the second time today. It's first down here in the fourth. We'll take a look at our AT&T trivia question for this afternoon. Speaking of the All-Star break, the Angels club record is 6 All-Stars in 1979. All players. Who were they? 1979. A very good year for the Angels.
Angels almost had 5 this year. Ernesto Frieri was in that final vote off. Yu Darvish won that one.
They could have legitimately had 6. I mean, if you go with Frieri and Downs, both guys very deserving.
If you want to get the victory, and that's what your job is now as the AL manager, to win that All-Star game and be able to get home field advantage for the World Series, those guys would be perfect. Because you might need that 1 out from a lefty or 1 out from a right-handed batter.
Ibar 1 for 1 with that home run that came in the second. Two balls and 1 strike. Three and 1. And home run by Ibar. Mentioned it was his second of the year. His first one was at Dodger Stadium. That proved to be a game winner. But the one hit here today in the second inning was his first home run since a year ago today. How about that? Fouls this one back to full count.
That truly is amazing. This one was over 400 feet. Second inning. It's a fastball, and no doubter for Eric Ibar. Into the rock piles. High in the rock piles.
He's got a full count here with 1 out in the fourth. Peter Borges on deck. This one looped down the line. It is hooking and it is foul. Another 3-2 to Ibar. Takes inside. That's ball 4. And that's the first walk issued by Chen. So Borges steps up now with 1 out, 1 on. Peter popped out to end the second.
Chen has a good pickoff move. He has 2 pickoffs already this year. Ibar with good speed and Peter Borges with good speed at the plate.
Tollefson playing in over at third just in case as Chen checks in on Ibar. Borges came in hitting .234, 6 doubles. Takes that one inside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. First start for Borges since last Monday. That was the opening game of the series against the Cleveland Indians. And a 7-game hitting streak snapped in that one, going 0 for 4.
And all of a sudden, Jen's having a tough time throwing strikes. Ball behind the count now with Borges. You think in terms of taking at least one pitch here.
And that's a 4-pitch walk. So back-to-back base on balls by Chen, a guy who is known for his control. 2 on, 1 out for Asturis. That'll prompt a visit to the mound.
Want to get back to those mechanics falling off a bit now. Rick Bear's going to talk to him to see if he gets it back in position to be able to get that fastball in the outer part of the plate and throw that curveball inside again to the inside corner. So there's a couple home runs that last inning. One by Trout and one by Pujols, and kind of forced him away from the middle part of the plate. Nibble on the outside corner, and now not hitting his spots.
Just 55 pitches thrown by Chen. 36 have been strikes. 4 punch outs and the 2 walks here. Asturis struck out into third. So he's 0 for 1. Good speed on the bases with Eric Ibar at second and Borges at first. One and 0. Kind of lost the feel for that off-speed pitch.
3 home runs against you will sometimes do that to you. As far as your confidence, trying to get the hitters to be overly aggressive and swing at his own, but the patience at the plate here is very good for the Angels, in particular this inning. And this is the time when you try to really expand that lead. The pitcher struggling with command.
Two and 1. Good idea to take one.
Especially a tough pitch like that, turned over a 2-seam fastball. You swing at that, there's a good chance you could hit that ball on the ground.
Yeah, 7 straight out of the strike zone. Why not just take one? 2 balls and a strike with 1 out, 2 on. 3 balls and a strike with John Hester on deck. Lance back to Ibar a couple of times, and here comes the 3-1 pitch. Asturis is swinging and missing the changeup.
Boy, to pitch out of the strike zone, too. Boy, 3-1 count. If you're Meister, you're thinking you want to see a fastball. Anything off speed, you let go. You'll likely see the base runners going here. 3-2, 1 out.
The runners take off. 3-2 out toward right center field. That's going to get down for a hit. Ibar will score. Borges on the way to third. 5-0 Angels as Asturis picks up his 10th run batted in.
Really surprised at the pitch selection and location for Chen against Meister. Came with a fastball, tried to sink a fastball away after a 3-1 changeup was located well. Came with a fastball. Meister did a nice job of staying with the pitch and going the other way. That's been the theme for a majority of this series against Baltimore pitching, just going out the middle or the other way, and with success.
John Hester will step up as Luis Ayala begins to loosen in the Orioles pen. Hester, a fly ball to right field in the third. John looks at a fastball for a strike. Oh, 1 pitch. Swinging through that fastball. It's 0-2.
Hester is trying to get something elevated enough where he hits a fly ball to get Borges home.
Looks like Ronnie Paulino needs something or getting rid of something. His glasses. Borges standing at third. Asturis over at first base. An 0-2 count on Hester with Trout on deck. 5-0 Angels here in the fourth. Now the 0-2. Hester swings through that one. Saw 3 fastballs. 2 outs.
Now it's time for Coors Light. Cold, hard blast. Like Trout. Third inning. It's a fastball inner half, and boy, did he connect on this big fly. His 12th home run, 40th RBI over both bullpens. That is a long way for Mike Trout, the All-Star. And today's Coors Light Cold Hard Blast was brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light.
Trout looks at a fastball for his strike. Mike 1 for 2 with that home run, his 12th of the year, 40th run batted in. He popped out to Andino, the second baseman, in the first. Ground ball to short. Hardy will go the short way. They force out Asturis. The inning comes to an end, but Meister Asturis picks up an RBI single. We're through 4, 5-0 Halos. Let's go back to our AT&T trivia question. The Angels with a club record 6 All-Stars in 1979. Can you name them? Gooby, take it away.
Well, there's no doubt we got Rod Carew's got to be in there. He is. Mark Clear, Don Baylor, Bobby Grich, Brian Downing, and Nolan Ryan. Pretty good group. Don Baylor won the MVP that year in '79, didn't he?
You, sir, are correct. Top of the 5th inning. 5-0 Angels. Halos with 4 All-Stars this year. Brad Mills gets Chris Davis to swing through the first one. Until 1 count. Davis with a single in the second is 1 for 1. He'll be followed by Steve Pearce, then Steve Tollison. 1 ball, 1 strike. Angels start to get some action in their bullpen. Our GoPro cam sees LaTroy Hawkins beginning to loosen.
And just like we thought, try to keep Brad Mills around that 90 pitch limit. Still changing speeds exceptionally well.
One, two, called strike 3. Down goes Davis. There's out number 1.
Then you get a hitter thinking and looking off speed, then you just an 85-mile-an-hour fastball paints the outside corner with it, the upper part of the strike zone. Great spot. Well, he's done a tremendous job, Brad Mills, in this game so far.
5 punch outs, no walks, 2 hits allowed. And the first one to Pearce is just low. Pearce hit a fly ball to right field in the second, so he's 0 for 1. Pulled foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. 80 pitches now thrown by Mills. 54 have been strikes. 2 hits allowed. A double by Andino to start the game. And that one was just a little bloop. Single by Davis, also off the end of the bat to right. Pearce bounces this one off of Mills, and it ricochets out to shallow right. Torrey comes charging in. Pearce will stay at first. They'll go check out Mills, make sure he's all right.
Yeah, that ball got him square on the leg. When you're in that 5th inning as a pitcher, you're walking around, you're making sure that thing feels good enough to be able to try to finish off this inning.
Looks like he's telling Rick Smith that the ball got him on the right instep, or on the shoe.
In that ankle area, shoe area. So had the presence of mind to try to pick that baseball and go to first base just in case Trumbo was going to field that ball.
Mills is all right with 1 out. A base hit by Pearce. He's over at first, and Tollison, the third baseman, now stepping in. Tollison a fly ball to right that ended the second inning. So he's 0 for 1. Got to start today at third base. Came in batting .220. One ball, 1 strike. Tollison originally in the Twins system, the son of former big leaguer Wayne Tollison. Lays off. It's a strike. Caught the top part of the strike zone, 1-2.
Well, when you're around the strike zone all day, you're going to get those borderline pitches. Brad Mills has only got 2 ground balls in this game so far, but he'd like to get a ground ball now and an infielder to get 2.
Swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch. Down goes Tollison, 2 outs.
Boy, another great circle changeup. Turns it over so well, runs away from a right-handed batter. This is a great view right here from behind home plate area where Hesser's going to catch and try to frame that changeup. Collison way out in front and misses it.
Ronnie Paulino, the catcher, is 0 for 1. Grounded out to short in the third inning. Two-0 pitch. Chopper towards short. Ibar has it. That ball kind of hit the cut of the grass. He fires to first, and they got him. Orioles can't believe it. The inning comes to an end. Showalter's going to go out to argue. We get to the bottom of the fifth. 5-0 Angels. Today, the most batters he has faced in any one inning, 4, and he's done that twice in the second and the fifth inning.
Well, he threw the ball so well. No walks. Some odd numbers on this game for Brad Mills. He faced 18 batters. Only 7 times he threw first pitch strike, yet only had 2 3-ball counts, no walks.
And check that, 3 times he's faced 4 batters, the first, the second, and the fifth.
Great kid. We had a conversation on one of the road trips where he was up there in case of an emergency and had some good words to say. Fun guy to talk to, but he was, so far, it is absolutely outstanding in this game today. Change in speed as well as anybody we've seen.
Halos here in the fifth have Hunter, Pujols, and Trumbo to face Wei-Yin Chen. Torrey takes that pitch upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Hunter 1 for 2 on a double. Went off the glove of Adam Jones. He eventually scored on the Pujols home run. Torrey fouls this one back. One and two. Outside a full count now. Here's the 3-2. Torrey lays off, and it's a leadoff walk. Albert Pujols, the scheduled batter. Buck Showalter's seen enough from Wei Yin Chen. He is done after 4 innings plus 1 batter. We have ourselves a pitching change with the Angels up by the score of 5-0.
Eric Ibar got the scoring going for the Angels here. Home run to dead center field. His second home run, first from the right side. Mike Trumbo hits a colossal home run to left field. And then Albert Pujols, a 2-run home run to left field. Trout, Pujols, home runs in that 3rd inning. Expanded the lead from 1-0 to 4-0. 3 home runs allowed by Chen, the most he's allowed this season in a game.
Luis Ayala comes on for Buck Showalter and the Orioles with nobody out here in the 5th and a man at first base. And Ayala will face Albert Pujols. 34th game for Ayala. He's pitched in this series. Gave up a couple of runs 3 nights ago. Albert 1 for 2 with a home run and a ground ball to third. Sinking fastball is down and in. Ayala Thursday night went an inning and a third, gave up 2 runs on 4 hits. Second time this year he allowed multiple runs. Little jam shot flare to shallow right center field. Andino going out. He makes the basket catch. Torrey's going to get doubled up. 2 outs.
Tough read, though, for Torrey. He's got to think in terms he's going to get to second base. Ball looked like it had a great chance of landing on that grass in the outfield. But Andino showing some real good range, goes back and makes the play and spins around and throws to Reynolds to be able to complete that double play. Going a long way, a jam shot, dealing with the sun. Running all the way out, made a real good play on that baseball.
So the bases are clear for Mark Trumbo. 0 for 2 today with a fly to left and a strikeout. Book on Chen is closed. 4 innings plus a batter, 5 hits, 3 home runs, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, 5 runs all earned. 2-0. It's Chen's shortest outing of the year. His previous Shortest was against the Washington Nationals May the 20th, in which he went 4 1/3 as Trumbo fouls this one back 2-1.
Second time around against the Angels. Very successful that first time, but certainly not today.
Two balls, two strikes. This one's out toward left field, hit pretty well. Going back is Pierce. He pulls up. That is gone. A big fly for Mark Trumbo. 22nd of the year, make it 6-0 Angels.
Well, if you're a pitcher, you make this pitch, you think you can do a quality pitch. But Trumbo, I think he still remembers the time when Ayala hit him with a pitch in Baltimore. Hit that low rocket out of the yard. Still looking at him. Trying to make him remember that. 22nd home run, 57th RBI for Trumbo. That's a pretty good pitch, but it's a better swing.
Howie swinging at the first pitch, lofts one in the air on the first base shot into foul territory. Reynolds runs out of room, and it's an 0-1 count. Kendrick is 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. 4 home runs this afternoon for the Angels. Ground ball over to first. Ball took a little bit of a weird hop there. Reynolds sticks with it, and the inning comes to an end. Mark Trumbo adds to the Angels' lead with his 22nd of the year. We are through 5, and the Halos lead at 6-0.
Getting home, he said, you need some flair, you need something better than what you got, because it's pretty plain Jane and not cool. So I talked to Dino, and then I remember
top of the 6th inning, the Angels up 6-0. Mark Trumbo with his 22nd of the year. Of course, he is a guy that is notorious for ripping the hands off Dino Ebel as he rounds the bases. This is what Mark had to say in regards to that I guess low 5 he produces on Ebel every single time.
last year I didn't have anything cool, and one of my buddies who I played with coming up, Kobe Smith, he got on me, kept getting on me. He said, you need some flair, you need something better than what you got because it's pretty plain Jane and not cool. So I talked to Dino, and then I remember watching some of the guys over the years. I think Knapp used to just kill his hand, and I thought that it's kind of a big moment, so let's go for it.
Let's go for it.
There it is. Well, Troy Hawkins on in relief of Mills after Brad 5 innings, struck out 6. No walks, 3 hits allowed. Hawkins facing the top of the order now, Nandino, Hardy, and Wieters. This being the 3rd time through the order. One ball, 1 strike.
What a job from Brad Mills today from Mike Scioscia. Got exactly what he wanted out of him. Quality innings, 5 shutout innings, 88 pitches thrown, no walks, 6 strikeouts. Changes speeds exceptionally well.
And Dino looks at a strike, and it's 1-2. The 6 strikeouts by Mills this afternoon, matching his season high. He had 6 strikeouts on May the 17th at AAA. Nice performance today. That one is just a little bit high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Looked like LaTroy trying to quick pitch and Dino there.
LaTroy is a veteran. He knows all the ways to get hitters out. Changes speeds well. He's still got that good fastball. A couple 92, 93 mile an hour fastballs. Big curveball also.
Full count. And Dino with a double and a strikeout. She's 1 for 2. Little liner to short. Ibar's got it, 1 away.
Number 2, shortstop, J.J. Hardy.
Hardy, the shortstop, 0 for 2 with a strikeout, a fly ball to left. Hardy's 0 for 13 in the series. A couple of walks. Bouncing this one to short. 0 for 14. That is out number 2. Hey folks, on July 28th, the Angels post-game concert series concludes with a rock concert featuring the Goo Goo Dolls, presented by SRS Sound in association with Budweiser, Jeep, and Jack FM. Purchase your tickets today at angels.com/concerts. Have you used the Goo Goo Dolls yet for key to the game?
No, but I'm due.
Especially after Katy Perry tonight, or this afternoon.
It's worked well. Wide awake. Certainly that's been the case with the hitters. Wide awake, hitting big flies, 4 of them. Baltimore, not exactly wide awake a couple times, staying on the field with after getting 3 outs, thinking there was 2.
Wieters bounces this one foul. And it's no balls and 2 strikes on the DH this afternoon for Buck Showalter. He struck out on the first and hit a fly ball to left in the 4th. Swing and a miss. Down goes Wieters. LaTroy Hawkins with a 1-2-3-6. The Angels still on top 6-0.
liked.
Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, the Angels will send up Ibar Borges and his Steers. Ayala is still in the game. Eric Ibar with a home run and a walk. He's 1 for 1. Lifts this one out to right. Chris Davis. He's there. And there's the first out here in the 6th. Peter Borges steps up now 0 for 1. He popped out to Andino in the 2nd inning, walked, and was stranded in the 4th. You see Kevin Jepson loosening. And with a 6-0 lead, looks like Mike's going to get his bullpen arms some work heading into the 4-day break as Peter breaks his bat, bounces this one to Tolliser. 2 outs. Reynolds is able to keep the foot on the bag.
Look at the lines in the game so far for the starting pitcher. Chen not as effective as his first time around back in April against the Angels. About 5 earned runs in 4+ innings, 3 walks. Brad Mills, though, unbelievable today. 5 shutout innings, no walks, 6 strikeouts.
His Steers 1 for 2. He had an RBI single in the 4th. Swings through that one. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, when you look at last night with Jer Weaver, the way he threw the baseball, and Brad Mills today, just changing speeds. If you're a young pitcher, whether playing Little League or high school or even college baseball, it's all about location and changing speeds. You don't have to throw 100 miles an hour to get hitters out. If you get them off balance, you can get some easy outs.
Fouled back. The 3-2. Ground ball to short. Hardy has it on 2 hops. The Angels go down in order. 6 in the books. Halos lead at 6-0.
off to New York for a weekend series, then a 4-game series in Detroit, home against Texas, the Kansas City Royals, and then the Tampa Bay Rays. Eagles 16-5 in their last 21 road games. They'll be tested in New York and Detroit. Detroit playing much better baseball themselves now, 2 games over 500 with their win today.
Kevin Jepson on in relief for LaTroy Hawkins here to start the 7th inning with the Angels up by the score of 6-0. Kevin's pitched twice in this series, Thursday and Friday, both 1 innings. He's thrown the ball very well in those 2 outings. Adam Jones, Mark Reynolds, Chris Davis here in the 7th for the Orioles. One ball, one strike. Jones 0 for 2 with a fly ball to center to strikeout. Brad Mills got to start today, 5 innings in his Angels debut. 6 strikeouts. No walks and 3 hits, 88 pitches. LaTroy Hawkins 1 inning. That was the 6th in which he picked up a strikeout. Bouncer to short. Ibar comes charging in. Jones is the first out here in the 7th.
Well, Ibar's played some outstanding defense. We showed that on the opening as far as the overall defense for the Angels in this series, but Ibar's been fantastic. Showing great range coming in and showing off that strong arm he has at the shortstop position. It's a tough hop. Got Adam Jones running down the line, who runs quickly. Try to get the transfer from the glove to the throwing hand, and a perfect throw to get Jones lead off here in the 7th inning.
Reynolds 0 for 2 with a fly ball to left and a ground ball to third. Bounces this one over to third base. Historis has it. 2 outs.
Baltimore definitely looks frustrated today. Start off with Brad Mills doing a great job changing speeds and the power from the Angel offense with 4 home runs.
Chris Davis looks at a fastball down low. Davis, the right fielder, had a single in the 2nd. Struck out looking in the 5th. Tardy on that fastball. Evens the count at 1-1. Baltimore with no runs, 3 hits, no errors, 3 left on base. The Angels 6 runs, 6 hits, 4 of which have been home runs. 2 men left on. 2 balls and a strike.
How about a hitter after facing Brad Mills with that good slow curveball and changeup? A couple of curveballs at 69, had to try to deal with a 98 and 99 mile an hour fastball from Kevin Jepson.
Looked like he went around. He did.
That's the difference. You're trying to gear up to that 99. Trying to start that bat quicker through the zone, and you end up swinging at something so far out of the strike zone. And there's no question he went.
Two. Breaking pitch, got him looking down, goes Davis. A 1-2-3 inning for Kevin Jepson in his 7th inning stretch time here at the Big A. Halos up 6-0. Angels baseball is brought to you by the amazing grilled cheese bacon burger. A Charbroil beef patty with 2 kinds of melted cheese and 2 strips of crispy bacon, only at Carl's Jr. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T Rethink Possible. And by Dodge. It's the bottom of the 7th inning here at the Big A. The Angels up by the score of 6-0. 6 hits, 4 home runs for the Angels. Aerial coverage brought to you today by Hangar One, vodka made in California in an actual aircraft hangar. Matt Lindstrom takes over on the mound from Luis Ayala, who went 2 innings, gave up a run. It was the home run to Trumbo. And Lindstrom will face 9-1-2. Hester, Trout, and Hunter here in the Angels half of the 7th.
Lindstrom with a power fastball, 92 to 97. Slider and split finger fastball.
Hester today is 0 for 2 with a fly ball to right and a strikeout. Looks at the strike.
Let's go, big ass.
Breaking pitch just off the plate. Evens the count. Lindstrom with a 1-0 record, a 2.65 ERA. Pitching in his 18th game. So it is 1-2. 17 innings, 18 hits, 15 strikeouts, and 6 walks. Spent some time on the DL this year as well.
Yeah, sharp sliders. He's had some arm problems, but throws the ball extremely hard.
There's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Hester goes down. 2nd time this afternoon. First out here in the 7th. Here comes Mike Trout. This is what he did back in the 3rd.
Well, he got a fastball inner half, Mike Trout, and crushed this ball over both bullpens in left center field. His 12th home run, 40th RBI. He gets that special treatment in that Angel dugout.
Care to guesstimate a distance?
I gotta believe 435.
Looks at a strike. I have no idea. That's a pretty good guess. Sounds good to me.
So it was 435 then.
Sure.
Perfect.
Trout 1 for 3 with that home run, his 12th of the year. 40th RBI.
We're going to throw that 435 because that's that major freeway out in Kansas City area that Mike Trout and the boys will be driving on.
That's right.
Out in Kansas City for the All-Star game.
The 1-2. Fouled back.
It's pretty good hack at a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. You see how short and compact that swing is. It's down in the inner half. It's all over that fastball.
Futures game is going on now in Kansas City. Apparently it's 87 degrees in Kansas City, which has been
not bad.
The coolest day in the last month there. Home run derby tomorrow night. All-Star game on Tuesday. Angels head out on the road for a 7-game stretch. 3 in New York, 4 in Detroit. And they're home for a while. Texas Rangers for 3, Kansas City for 3. Tampa Bay Rays in for a weekend series. Takes you almost through the end of July. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Torrey Hunter's on deck. One out here in the bottom of the 7th. The Angels up 6-0. The 2-2 upstairs. Full count. Angels got a solo run in the 2nd. The Ibar home run, his 2nd of the year. 3 runs in the 3rd. Trout solo shot. Pujols 2-run shot. One in the 4th. RBI single by Sturris. And one in the 5th. The solo shot by Trumbo. Here comes the 3-2. Off speed is lifted in the air. To shallow right center. And Dino is out there looking for it. Makes a catch. He's made some nice plays dealing with that sunshine today. Hey, this copyrighted telecast is presented by Authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP.
He had to go back and make a real nice play on that jam shot by Pujols and end up doubling up Torrey Hunter.
Speaking of Torrey, 1 for 2 today with a double and a walk.
Torrey seems like he's really fit into this number 2 spot in the lineup. Who had his entire career a run producer down 4th, 5th, or 6th spots in the lineup. And a lot more fastballs here in this spot.
Bouncer toward the middle. Hardy to his left has a little spin move. Fires to first. Reynolds got it. The Angels go down in order. 7 in the book. 6-0 Halos.
Five shutout innings, no walks, 6 punch-outs. The Angels with 5 home runs, with ties a season high. That's done on June 26th at Baltimore in that victory in that 2-game series. So using the long ball and this an outstanding job by not only Brad Mills, but so far the bullpen arms. The Troy Hawkins, Kevin Jepson threw the ball exceptionally well. Now Jordan Walden in the game.
31st game for Jordan. 2-2 record and even 4 earned run average. Walden pitched Friday night. It was a 3-2 loss to the Orioles with 1 inning. Struck out 2, gave up a hit, no runs. And here in the 8th inning for Baltimore, he'll face the bottom 3rd. Pierce, Tomlinson, and Paulino. Although Xavier Avery is coming out, he'll be pinch hitting for Steve Pierce with Walden in the game. Pierce finishes up 1 for 2. Avery last night as a left fielder and leadoff man went 0 for 3. First one is down and in, 1 ball, no strikes. Walden falls behind here. 3 balls and no strikes. Pinch hitter Avery.
We just had to have that focus from that first pitch out of the bullpen for Jordan. His stuff is outstanding, but you have to pound the strike zone with it.
Three-1. Down and in. He walked. The leadoff man is on board first. Walk of the game by Angels pitching. Wilson Betemede will step up now to pinch hit for Steve Tollison. Tollison finishes the afternoon 0 for 2. Betemede will take over at third. .257 average for Betemede, switch hitter. 10 home runs, 31 runs batted in. Walden's first one is a strike. Oh, 2 count. Orioles have Kevin Gregg warming up in their bullpen. The bottom of the 8th inning. The Angels will have Pujols, Trumbo, and Kendrick. Lindstrom going 1 inning. Or Sui is soon. 1 strikeout. 0-2. This one's pulled foul.
That's one of those sliders for Jordan Walden. That good depth in that slider. Not overthrowing it. See if you can maintain that, or you can go upstairs with a fastball now.
Swing and a miss. Down goes Betemede. There's out number 1. Hey, be sure to take our coverage of the Angels with you this season by subscribing to MLB.tv today. See every Angels out-of-market game live online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Just log on at angels.com. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. Paulino lofty one out to shallow right. Torrey will play it on a hop.
This ball just in front of Torrey. You have to play back, especially later in the game like this, and the way the baseball has been carried. So a little flare in there in front of him by Paulino. Nice job of keeping Avery there at second base. Enough of a look that he can come in on the baseball to keep him there first and second.
Second time this afternoon, the Orioles have had a man reach second base. Andino had the leadoff double in the first. Avery with good speed at second. And Paulino over at first. Andino 1 for 3 with that double. This one's fouled back just above us. Two-one pitch. This one out toward the alley in right center field. Borges giving chase. He's there. 2 down.
Good read by Borges in center. Hit well by Andino. That quick first step, able to make that play.
So 2 outs and 2 on here in the 8th inning. Ernesto Frieri playing catch. And J.J. Hardy will step in. Hardy 0 for 3 in this one. A strikeout, a fly ball to left, and a ground ball to short. One ball, one strike. A couple of finals in the American League. Tampa Bay defeated Cleveland 7-6. Detroit starting to play a little bit better baseball. Took care of the Royals 7-1. Toronto leading the White Sox 11-9 as Hardy swings and misses on the off speed. He's 1-2.
It's a pitcher's duel in Chicago. It's been at least 5 home runs hit in that game.
Mariners and the A's tied at 1. That game in the 7th. Twins and the Rangers getting started shortly. And then the Sunday night game, Yankees and Red Sox.
That'll be a quick one.
Yeah. Here it's 6-0 Angels in the 8th. Hardy bounces this one up the third base line, and it goes into foul territory. The count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 4 hits for Baltimore, 6 for the Angels. Brad Mills, a left-handed starter for the Angels today, making his debut as an Angel. 5 scoreless innings. 6 strikeouts, no walks, 3 hits.
Just 2 3-ball counts for him the entire game.
Full count. That means the base runners will be off at the pitch with 2 outs here. Runners take off. The 3-2 grounded to short. Ibar has it. The inning comes to an end. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning with the Angels up by the score of 6-0. Angels baseball is brought to you by El Pollo Loco, crazy you can taste. And by Southern California Toyota. Check out the full line of fuel-efficient vehicles at your Southern California Toyota dealer. It's the bottom of the 8th inning. The Halos up by the score of 6-0. Our thanks to the Hangar 1 blimp high above the Big A during this series. Getting some great shots. Xavier Avery, who pinch hit at the top of the inning, stays in the game. He is in left field. Wilson Benamid, who pinch hit as well. Top of the inning, stays in the game at third, and Kevin Gregg takes over on the mound for Matt Lindstrom.
23rd game for Kevin Gregg. Fastball, still pretty good fastball at 90 to 94 range. Split finger fastball, slide, curveball.
Albert Pujols 1 for 3 with a 2-run home run. They came into third inning. And it's 3 balls and no strikes. Albert looks at a strike, 3-1. Lays off, and it's a leadoff walk.
That's a big thing for Pujols. The last couple of months, his patience at the plate. The first month was chasing some pitches out of the zone. He struggled in April, but as soon as May came around, started getting better pitches to hit, didn't chase pitches out of the strike zone. Then the numbers increased since that point. When you think about what he's capable of doing, the Angels got to feel real good about having him swinging the bat well, with the chance of even getting more runs scored, that power he possesses.
Trumbo's 1 for 3. Homered his last time up. Looks at the strike. Two balls and one strike. Just finding out that C.J. Wilson will not be, he'll partake, I would imagine, in the All-Star Game festivities, but not going to pitch. Jake Peavy has been named to replace him. C.J. apparently, according to Alden Gonzalez, who covers the Angels on MLB.com, had a blister on his left middle finger. He'll go to hang out, partake, and Jake Peavy will fill in for him as Trumbo hits this one in the air toward left. Avery is there. One out. Peavy very deserving. He was also a member of the 5-member final vote ballot.
He's battled all the way back from that injury he had a couple of years ago. It's a long time. His fastball has been great. His ERA has been outstanding. Real good chance that Jerry Weaver gets that nod for the starter in the All-Star game, back-to-back games.
Howie Kendrick lining one out the left. Avery has it, 2 outs. Howie 0 for 4 today. There's Ibar, with Pujols standing at first base. 6-0 here in the bottom of the 8th. Home run, a walk, and a fly ball to ride for Eric Ibar. Breaking pitch is called strike 1 and 2. Looks like Ernesto Frieri will be pitching the ninth as this one's looped in the air. Avery comes in. He'll make the grab, and the inning comes to an end. We head to the ninth inning here at the Big A, and the Angels with a 6-0 lead. Shogun Hua taking on Brandon Beer in the biggest fight of his career, plus an epic bout between former UFC champ Lyoto Machida and rising star Ryan Bader. UFC Fight Night on Fox, presented by Bud Light, live from Los Angeles on Saturday, August the 4th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Oh, you hear in the background, Volare by the Gypsy Kings. That means one thing. Ernesto Frieri's on the relief, trying to close this one out. The Angels up 6-0 here in the ninth.
Well, he's been absolutely amazing. 43 strikeouts in 25 and a third innings pitched. His 7 hits allowed. Great fastball, 93 to 96. His sliders be getting better and better each time out. He has 2 quality out pitches. The reason why the Angels have played this consistent baseball for this period of time is because the deal that Jerry Dipoto made bringing Ernesto here to anchor the bullpen along with Scott Downs.
Wieters, Jones, and Reynolds here in the ninth inning. The first one is a breaking ball down and in. Frieri pitched in Thursday night's game, picked up his 11th save, went 1 inning. Had 1 strikeout, 1 walk. One ball, 1 strike on Matt Wieters. DH today. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Two balls and a strike. A 3-ball, 1 strike count here on Wieters. Full count. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Wieters lines one right back up the middle. Lead-off single as he got the fastball and spun it right back around.
Wieters quick through that swing to be able to catch up to that fastball from the free area.
Adam Jones stepping in. He's 0 for 3. A fly ball to center, a strikeout, and a ground ball to short. The first one's inside. Frieri trying to finish this one up and get Brad Mills his first win in the big leagues this year. His 15th big league game, 10th overall start, first for the Angel. 1-1. Line towards center. Borges got a good jump on it. Makes the grab. 1 out. Wieters heads back to first base.
Jones hit that well, but looked at the wrong guy. Peter Borges play out in center field. A tough one, too, for a center field. Anything hit on the line like that to be able to read off the bat initially, but he was able to make a play on it.
Here's Mark Reynolds with 1 out, 1 on. Slow breaking pitch, missing outside. Reynolds today 0 for 3. A fly ball to left and a couple of ground outs to third. 37,108 here this afternoon, the final game before the All-Star break. 1-1. Trumbo not worried about Wieters over at first. Thinking about how he's going to approach the home run derby tomorrow. One and two.
It's going to be fun to see how far he can hit a ball in that warmth. Those baseballs in Kansas City. You saw him hit some tremendous home runs in batting practice over the years in Kansas City as it is.
1-2 to Reynolds. Swing and a miss. Down goes the Oriole first baseman. 2 down.
Goes upstairs with that fastball. You can throw the mid-90s and you can locate a fastball with late movement. Very difficult for a hitter to catch up to that pitch.
Here's Chris Davis with Wieters at first base. Slow breaking ball missing upstairs. 1-0. Two and 0 now. Davis, the right fielder, 1 for 3. He had a base hit off Mills in the second inning. The 2-0. 3 balls and no strikes. And he walked him. So a 2-out walk puts a couple of men on. And Xavier Avery coming to the plate. Mills 5 innings of scoreless baseball. Hawkins 1 scoreless. Jepson 1 scoreless. Walden the same.
I'm thinking about now with C.J. Wilson not going to be pitching in the All-Star game. You might see him pitch that first game on Friday in New York now. Mike Scioscia tries to set up that rotation after the All-Star break.
1-0. Good time to take care of that blister. 1-1. Avery pinch hit in the 8th inning against Walden. Picked up a leadoff walk. There comes the 1-1 pitch. Foul back, 1-2. Halos 1 strike away. Going into the All-Star break, 10 games over 500. And at the very least, 4 games back of the Texas Rangers. They're going to take on the Minnesota Twins here shortly at the ballpark in Arlington. They will extend their lead in the wild card. There's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Avery. Light that baby up as the Angels shut out the Orioles 6-0.
Boy, another shutout. That's 13 shutouts this year for Angel pitching, which leads all of Major League Baseball. 4 home runs hit by the Halos, led by Trout, Pujols, Trumbo, and Ibar. And Brad Mills, just a great effort. 5 shutout innings, no walks, 6 punch-outs. A good way to end this so-called first half before the All-Star breaks. 4 Angels going into Kansas City. 6-0 victory, winning the series 3-1 against Baltimore.
As you pointed out, Brad Mills picks up the win, his first as an Angel. 5 scoreless innings of baseball, 6 strikeouts and no walks. Wei Yin Chen, the Taiwanese lefty, gave up 5 earned runs in his shortest outing of the season. Facing 1 batter in the 4th, he takes a loss and drops to 7-5 on the year. No save in this one as the Angels bullpen getting some work. 4 scoreless innings out of the Angels' pen going into the All-Star break. And Halos now with a 48-38 record. And here at home at the Big A, 25-18. One of the big contributors in this game is the All-Star. 1 of 4 All-Stars for the Angels. Mike Trout, kind enough to join us here on the post-game show. And Mike, I tell you what, it's got to be a lot of fun for you. Getting ready to go to Kansas City and finishing up this so-called first half of the season in winning fashion.
Yeah, pumped to go, and these last 2 games we got the W, and we're having fun out here.
Mike, what about the job that Brad Mills did for you, starting the game 5 shutout innings, set the tone, and let you guys on the offensive side take the rest?
Yeah, he keeps people off balance and throws strikes, and it's a big start for him and for us. And out here having fun.
Hey, the approach obviously against Wei Yin Chen a little bit different. You weren't here when he faced the Angels back in April. What was your approach at the plate tonight against him?
Just stay up the middle, and I was diving him from first at bat. I got jammed, but second at bat, sat on a little slider and hit it out of the park. So.
Hey, Mike, by the way, did you get all that baseball? Because that went over both bullpens.
I hit it pretty good.
Hey, Mike, we know you're busy. Folks, give it up for the All-Star Mike Trout on his way to Kansas City. First of many, hopefully. Mike, we appreciate it as always.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, guys.
You got it. The Angels picking up the 6-0 shutout victory. Once again, and now a 48-38 going into the All-Star break. Stick around. Michael Eaves, Tip Salmon, Jose Mota, and more coming up with Angels Live. Post-game edition is coming up next.